Hi, Mr. Loader here. Just wanted to talk to you about the learning for Wednesday, the 20th of January 2021. And it's a science lesson, and it's to understand that plants make their own food. So just wanted to start off by talking about some key words, key language for the science lesson. So the first one we've got is glucose, and this is the sugar used by plants for energy and growth. Carbon dioxide, a gas which plants need to make their own food. Oxygen, a colourless gas, which is the life supporting element in the air. Conditions, the state in which something exists. So, for example, we talk about the weather conditions, don't we? Maybe it being really warm or very wet outside. And then finally, a really key word, photosynthesis, the process plants use to convert energy from the sun to a chemical energy. It is what makes most plants green. Okay. So plants need to make their own food. Now, if you talk about food chains, which we've looked at before, um, remember plants are at the beginning of the food chain. They are the producers. So they don't eat anything else. They have to make their own food. They produce the food for the rest of the food chain. So I thought this image summarizes it really well. The poor plants can't walk to the supermarket like us and buy their food. They must make their own. But how? So, well, it's all to do with the conditions around them. Plants take in carbon dioxide from the air, water from rainfall and soil, and light energy from the sun. So they're sucking in carbon dioxide, they're sucking up the water from their roots and collecting it on their leaves as well. And then light energy, they're collecting that on their leaves, okay? Collecting it from the sun. So those three things are vital for them to make energy for themselves and food. This combined creates a type of sugar called glucose. This is the plant's food. Like the sugar we take in, glucose gives the plant energy. This energy from the glucose is used by the plant to grow more leaves, flowers, fruits, or vegetables. But the glucose doesn't stop there. It also gives the plants energy to grow bigger, taller, or wider. Okay, so if they're not getting enough water, if they're not getting enough sunlight, if they're not getting enough carbon dioxide, they won't be able to produce this glucose, okay, and this food for themselves. So they will struggle to grow. Did you know that plants also release a gas which is vital for animals and humans? So they suck up carbon dioxide. Now you're going to have to think, what do they give out? That's right, it's oxygen. They produce oxygen for us, which we breathe in, but we breathe out carbon dioxide for them to breathe in. So we work together as a team in a way, don't we? Most of this happens in the plant's leaves. The process of plants making their own food from carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight is called photosynthesis. Without this, neither plants nor animals could exist. Okay, and here's a great image of what's happening. So you can see um, that the plant, through its leaves, is collecting in light, is collecting in carbon dioxide, and it's collecting up the water from its roots and then giving out oxygen. Okay, so that's an example really of what I want you to do for the main activity, which I'm going to put up next. So the learning activity, what I want you to do is to draw a picture to show how plants make their own food. So they're taking in sunlight, they're taking in carbon dioxide, they're taking in water from their roots, and then write an explanation to say what's happening. Remember, an important point is that they're giving out oxygen, okay? And remember, it's glucose that they're producing. If we go back to one of the earlier slides, that one there, it says, like the sugar we take in, glucose gives the plant energy. That's what they combine those three things to create a type of sugar called glucose. Okay, the fly eye challenge is this question: how do plants adapt to make their own food? Now I'm going to show you a video. Hopefully you can see it. So I'll have to change my screen. I'm going to play this video here. Listen carefully. Okay, so if I go back, I've shown you the video. That might give you some ideas about plants in the rainforest, but I did also think it may be worth looking at plants in the desert because it's another extreme condition, isn't it? Where it's really hot. Think about your cactuses. That's what I'll say. Now, there's another little activity for you to do. Now, let's think about an experiment to think about how we could examine or look at experiment how plants make their own food. Okay, now I'm going to show you this picture. What we're going to do is we're going to get a plant, and I'm going to record this on another video. We're going to get a plant and we're going to cover over one of the leaves, and then we're going to look at it over a week. Okay, thank you very much for listening. I hope you found it helpful. Please send any work to me to the parent support email. I look forward to seeing them. Thank you, Mr. Loader.